Hey guys, it's Danny's Review and I'm back. I came top 4 at my OTS Championships this Sunday gone in M.V.E. and I'm happy to bring this deck profiles to you. And with no further ado, let's get right into it. Hey guys, it's Danny's Review and I'm back with my Spright Kashtira deck list. Alright, I came top 4 in my OTS Championships in Media and Variety Emporium Collectibles this Sunday gone here, and it was a good day. It had its ups and downs, honestly to tell you, little surprises, but somehow, yeah, I came top 4, and just right after I came first place in my invitational for Bolivia. So, I seem to be doing great this year, and it's a good start off for the new season to, have a win in an invitational and then a top 4 in our OTS championship. So hopefully later on in this year we may have a regional. I don't know who will be hosting it, if it will be M.V.E. or it will be Gamers Trove, but either one I'll be there with an updated list to this list, because we're in a new format where Arise Heart is finally banned. So some things in the side, the extra deck, and even the main will possibly change in the future to come. So without further ado, oh yeah, I would like to do my little shout outs. I would like to shout out LAF family. That's the team I'm with down in Barataria. They carried me there, and we all went there to represent, and they carried me back home. We had a good time even after the tournament. We limed in the bar, drink some drinks, eat some fish broth. We had a little mishaps, after the lime was done, but we all reached home safely. Yeah. And shout outs to all my supporters, my subscribers. I finally now reach 100 subscribers. I'm very happy for that. That's my first little goal there. Hopefully every 100 I reach like 200, 300, 400, and maybe even 1,000. I'll thank you for that. That's my goal in steps. And shout out to all my supporters, all those who subscribe. Please like and smash the like button, the subscribe button. It really helps. And let me get into this deck profile. So the main deck is 41. So I noticed that my first locals that I won, my deck list was on 41. The invitational that I won, my deck list was on 41. So I said, hey, 41 seems to be my lucky number. Sometimes I have 42, 43, but you see 41, I think I'm going to try to keep at 41, even though 40 is really the kind of thing it's supposed to be on. So I finally, as again I would say, I have 3 Spright Blue finally. I don't have to be scrubbing with 1 or 2 or none. So I 3 Spright Blues. Not to forget my boy Mewtwo X, my little field center. I still use him for good luck. 3 Spright Jet, 2 Spright Red. As I say, I play 2 Spright Red because it have a lot of monster effects, hand traps, even rescue ace, doing effects on your turn, on turn 0 when you activate a monster effect on the field. People trying to drill there, Asher, anything like that. And 1 Spright Carrot. And I also play 1 Pixies. I will never leave this out of the deck. This is to get rid of any big monster that I can't get over. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of small guys, Punk Pride will be playing, I think it's Punisher, I can't remember his name, but it's get really big and be unaffected. So things like that, Afromax, I do really business. It could be the towers from the Cybers deck, I don't care. They're going to die. So that is for the Spright monsters in the main. My little lucky judge dice. I'm a judgment from judging, that's the time. So that is it for the Spright monsters. You have to play the Nimble package, so 3 Nimble Beaver, 2 Nimble Angler. The amount of times this card does stick to my hand is wow, but you have to play it, nothing less than 2. 1 Swap Frog because I still play totally awesome. Don't give up on that guy. Okay, for the Kashtiras, I play 2 Kashtira Unicorn and 2 Fenrir. Okay, so, and I also play Bird. So basically this gives me a free extender, watch the extra deck, see what they could be possibly playing, and alter into the end board, which would either be with, Spring, IXYZ, which would be like probably Mannequin Cat and Gigantic Sprite, or it could be Sprint, Gigantic Spright, and IP, according to the extra deck. I watch the deck I play in. Yeah, the knowledge is very important with the Unicorn. And these cards just beat hand traps, beat Imperm, beat Ash, those kind of things. Even Drool, but Drool kind of sucks, against the deck. But at the same time, when I get Drool at a certain point, it sucks for me. So what I would do, I would add off a Spright, Blue, Jet, do those things first. And then if I get Drool, I don't mind not adding off of these. But if the ain't Drool, well, we plus in. Right? So 2x2 is very good for me. I was going to do 2x1 by one Unicorn by 2 Fenrir, but I kept it at this. Maybe soon I'll probably bump this down to 1, but at the same time I really like to see the extra deck, so it may stay at 2. I kind of back and forth if to play it at 2 or 1. I play double Ash and I play M.V.E for the hand traps. These are basically cross-out targets, and my next hand trap as well is Impermanence, 1 Impermanence. These are cross-out targets. The 3 main ones that affect my building my board, getting Ash on the Gigantic Spright, or Ash on the Sprint, if you're looking like my board weak, like my field weak, Imperm on the Sprint, or Imperm on the Gigantic Spright, Nib on the board if I happen to go for the Toad play, or if they happen to like Ash or Imperm the Gigantic Spright, I would then have to go into Sprint to send Angler to special 2, and then I'm playing into Nib. So these are the cross-out tags. These 3 main cards at bottom of my deck, like making my board. 2 Spright starter and 1 Spright smashers. Alright, thank you Konami for not doing anything to the deck. 3 Prosperity, love this card, especially in game 2 and 3, awesome. Not taking it out to the deck, even though whenever I do review 6 or 3, it's always a pot into a pot, but that is how it is with any of the pot cards. 2 Cross-out Designators, I just explained earlier on, I just don't want those cards stopping me or slowing me down. 1 Foolish Burial to help play through hand traps, like again, Ashon or Imperm on the Sprint. I could still send Angler to special 2 Beavers, or I could send Fenrir, and if I happen to already open up Boot will bring back Fenrir get Unicorn, or an next Fenrir for follow up, and then that Fenrir will get the Unicorn and tin down the deck and get rid of the bricks now. 1 Tactics in the main, because we have hand traps going on, but I don't want to like play multiples of this and then when I open it my opponent does not have any hand traps to interrupt me, or they probably only use Imperm and this card is in my hand doing nothing. So like I would believe most of the times this should be live compared to the amount of times it should be dead, and I have a good luck of one-offs with one-offs that I'm opening in my hand, For utility, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Book of Eclipse. Right, very strong against very, very, very sorry for the glare. Very strong against Kashtira, but now Kashtira won't be a thing in next format. Very strong against Purely, sorry. And any other matchups, like when they make the full board, you could just, this 1 card alone forces them to use a negate or anything like that, because that's just very strong pin, everything feeds down. And floodgates, any rogue deck with the, floodgates and things like floodgate monsters, just put them first. I tried this time, 1 Forbidden Chalice. I was thinking about, this would also be good against Arise Heart. It's a quick play. I could chain it to an anti-spell and negate something. It have a little advantages over Imperm, where like sometimes you have to use the Imperm first because you can't Imperm from hand if you have anything on the field. So like sometimes you want to summon something and then they would like try to use an effect of a monster, and then I'll chain Forbidden Chalice, because I kind of, I don't know, I would like to chain something towards that, because I want to bait in the order or do things in a certain order, when you're trying to bait the board. Also helps to make the tactics live as well. And the Kashtira boot, had that for the Kashtira package. Oh yes, and Floowandereeze. I would like to have this against Floowandereeze. That is one of the main reasons, because these cards, Book of Eclipse and Book of Moon, don't do nothing to Floowandereeze. So I just wanted something as well that like when they try to play on my turn, I could chalice one of the small birds that are trying to get into the bigger ones and just stop that whole, trying to play on my turn and bring out Riser or whatever. So I don't want to go into that. I don't want to play into that. I just want them to say, alright, I'm normal summon. They try to use field spell to normal summon or the Buster Trap. you know, and they try to use the effects, and I just chalice the Robina or the Eaglin. And the last card, Spright Double Cross. Right? A lot of times I just really want to play this in the side, but the side's so tight that's how to push this back into the extra card. I really want to be going second and open this. It's like a dead card. But I play it in the main, and you know, it has done me well. So there's 41 in the main. Going in the future, the main should edit, maybe probably the books or anything like that, maybe the chalice. I didn't play any flu this time, but I just wanted something in case, and it should be a good card against any deck that have monsters on board, you know, just to negate stuff like floodgates or floodgate monsters or anything with negates or anything like that, or interruptions. Maybe Nib might bump up, but then again this conflicts with the Kashtira, so I'll probably side a Nib going forward. Maybe Nib might be more important in this new format. May pay the Unicorn to one, I'm not sure. I do miss my Deep Sea Diva, it might come back in, I'm not sure. So we go see what the future have in store for us. So the extra deck, double Gigantic Spright. I really do feel like I need a third one. Double Mannequin Cat, this is like my elf. It helps me, you know, build back boards. Like, you know, special some of their monsters, special whatever for my graveyard or deck. Like, especially my blue, like if they have a dark monster, special dark monster, the weakest dark monster, and that's like, you know, special back my blue from graveyard, and I get Jet, and Jet go from there, you know. Or like special Ash in attack mode, and then use my effect to, you know, get my red or carrot from the graveyard or deck onto the field to pay onto negate, and then, you know, combo off with or wherever else monsters I have in hand. Mosquito, we love this card. This is a good OTK against any big monsters on board, especially after we Nibiru them. Nibiru and Mosquito is our best of friends, very much best of friends. I still play Daigusto Phoenix. This card with my Pixies, as I explained before, helps me to OTK by battle or get over big monsters with Pixies, and slam that monster gain the attack, they lost 1500, and then slam the weaker monsters with the attack again from the stronger monster and slam for more damage, and you know, the rest of the small guys should clean up everything else. Also, well, it makes a win monster attack twice, which is itself, or it can make the Unicorn from the extra deck to attack. Sorry, the Unicorn, Kashtira Unicorn to attack twice. Before I used to play Baron the Floor in my extra deck, and it also used to make that attack twice. Totally awesome because I still play him. A funny line where I had Zeus on board, and you know, Tony had one material and he dusted my back row, and I equipped this from the extra deck with Zeus effect, so that when I sent with Zeus to the graveyard, I would recycle a Nimble Beaver. So, you know, it still helps, even if I couldn't make it. But easy prosperity target if I can't make the play. One ultimate rare Zeus. I only use it once in two, and you finally get to use it. Yeah, the rest of the turn is before I never really get to use it. That is for the XYZs. A little ulti Zeus there. Sprint, have to play it. Part of the combo, part of the end board. IP, part of making totally awesome reproductors to turn a monster to Aqua with the Swap Frog. Second Toad, Dark Charmer, because you have dark monsters in the graveyards, you know, Labyrinth or Unchained, taking their Link 2 or Link 3. Nightmare Phoenix for Floodgates, and get Angler in hand, most importantly. When I have it in hand, I discard it to this, you know, special 2 beavers. Blackluster Soldier of Chaos, right? Because I play Kashtira monsters, so this is a very much monster I use against, like, you know, Unchained or anything that targets or destroy a deck that basically does that. And Avramax as well, the same thing, anything that targets or destroy. And also force them to attack this or get rid of this, and when it goes to your graveyard, it sends back a card on the field back into the deck. Where it gets over any special summon monster as well. Also makes it with IP, so it can't be destroyed as well. So it can't be targeted, destroyed, and you must attack it. Going forward, for the extra deck, I may try to pay back in Dongod to get 2 send materials for this, for Zeus. May cut down number 29, Mannequin Cat. May. I want to play SP, Little Knight, because IP into SP is 2 interruptions, so this will be very strong in the future, going into SP Little Knight to banish a card, and then when I activate a effect or card, I can use the SP to also banish a monster and one of their monsters. So like this alone with SP Little Knight is 2 interruptions. So way better than probably the Avramax or the Unicorn or anything like that. So SP Little Knight, definitely looking out for that, waiting for that when it come out. Be very strong with IP. And also I want to play Anti-Zeus. I can't remember its name. Something to deal with Tyrant or whatever. It's 2900. Like whenever your opponent would special summon monsters the previous turn or that turn 2 or more times, you could a monster on your board, I think it's the weakest or lowest, the weakest or strongest, I'm not sure, I think it's the weakest or strongest, I'm not sure, you could make it on it, but for the rest of the turn you can't special monsters or normal monsters, but it could detach a material, bounce a monster back to hand or a card back to hand, I'm not sure, and monsters with 3000 attack or more can't activate the effects. So I would like to play the Anti-Zeus, the other big rank 12, and SP Little Knight. So somehow I had to make it fit into this extra deck. That would help Spright definitely, especially SP Little Knight. And of course SP Little Knight, after the monster is banished face up with it, and it comes back on the end phase, you could do it on the next turn and the next turn and the next turn. So until they kill it. So yeah, I really waiting for SP Little Knight. That is the extra deck. So side deck, Red Resonator for time, Juice Worm, and 2 Marionette Might with Dogoran, the Mild Flame Kaiju. So this is supposed to be for Unchained, right? Especially the Marionette Might, but I wanted to have some variety that way I could use this against other matchups like Labyrinth. Never really saw it. This also against Unchained, just to get rid of the Caesar if it happens to be more problems, or get rid of the Link 2. This is also to take the Link 2 or take the Caesar. If I get a combination of this, it would be great. So I could just take the Link 2, Kaiju the Caesar, and then normal something, and you know, use the Link 2 to make Gigantic at 32 and just like go for kill. This also could be used against Labyrinth because the monsters are fiends. But you know, Labyrinth is a whole different kind of deck. My losses to the day in Swiss and in Top Cut was the Labyrinth, and that Furniture Labyrinth is really the strongest version to me. And when they get a new support Butler in Age of Overlord, that is a whole different kind of, on your own turn they're trying to debarrier or use effects on your turn, like traps on your turn. That's just very strong. So going forward, I think I may bump this up to 3. I may increase the bestial package for against those little furniture monsters, to just banish them so they can't keep on recurring to the hand or in the grave from onto the field, from the graveyard onto the field. I may increase Kaijus, I'm not sure, or may take it out, but this section of cards should increase, hopefully. Right, I just had to make my decision when the time comes. Zombie World, in case I see Flunderies, but I didn't see any. Like going first or second, I'll always side this against them, because, you know, play the negate if they happen to have the Apex on field and just drop this, and it's like, yeah, they have to wait for the out. And anytime I see any pot, I ash in that. Everything else is like, yeah, they can't do nothing. They can't out this just so. They have to use non-engine. Dark Hole, Harpy's Feather Duster, Dimensional Barrier, and Trust. Now, with this now, the same theory where I saw they're using, like, you know, 2 Eradicator, 2 Debarrier, and I think 1 or 2 Trap Trick. I think it's 1 Trap Trick. Trap Trick will always be the 3rd copy to those 2. Okay, I have to keep 2, 1 to banish and 1 to play. So in my theory here is that I used to play 2 triple Tactics Trust. I play 1 now. I can't have a good luck with 1-offs. So like this will always be a 2nd copy of any one of these, right? So it come like I have 2 of this, or 2 of this, or 2 of this. When I get effect activated, so I could just like go in first, set this, or go in second, search these. So that is my theory behind this. So I don't have to play like multiple trusts, even though I have more copies of trust. But the extra deck, the side deck is very tight, so I'm trying to, you know, making as much options as possible in the side deck. 2 Graver, the Super Organism. Great card. I played against I think is Synchro Pile with an Adventure Synchro Pile. You know, this would have definitely helped me, but I had anti-spell and something else, some interruptions, and that alone was like strong enough at the time being, because I think he had a bunch of spells in his hand or something like that. but very much good against those synchro piles going forward. Maybe also good against any synchro combo deck like Manadium or branded Despy or branded Chimera, or anything with a lot of level 6 or higher monsters. Most likely I'll probably side out the Kashtira monsters and paying this. Yeah, I may bump this up to 3. And of course 3 anti-spell. I'm not going nowhere without this. This will always be in my side. Every time I'm going first, it just covers Dark Ruler no more. Those who still play that. Covers any pot cards, Potter's Prosperity or Extravagance or Duality or whatever. Field spells. Any normal spell cards like Trust and Tactics and all those Lightning Storm or whatever, Dark Hole, Raigeki, it covers so much. So like the have quick plays like Cosmic to Outness, or quick plays to like Book of Eclipse or Book of Moon, they have to shotgun it at that time being. If not, they have to start to set those spells. And what I love is if I open that with Harpy's Feather Duster, I would just like I'd be so happy. I'd just like set the 2. Or if I Prosperity and I have one of these and I see the other, I would just like Prosperity, take one of these, set the 2. Yeah, anti-spell on their draw phase when I had nothing to do. Yeah. My monsters on board should deal with whatever monsters I have, and any set spells I use, yeah, dust of it. I did that once, yeah, so that's great. And that's the deck profile. Not going anywhere without this card. I love this card. Thanks Famsi for making me bump this up to 3. Yeah, so that's the deck profile. Definitely want to get SP Little Knight and the anti-Zeus Tyrant, I think. I can't remember its name, but you should know what most likely talking about. I should pay maybe hopefully a picture in the video. If not, yeah, I think all you should know what I'm talking about in Age of Overlord to come. And that's deck profile. Thank you guys for watching deck profile, and I'm out.